Dr. Lisa Lewis Ellis. You can reach me across all social media at Lisa Lewis Ellis, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Email me, call me. Now, let's get into today's broadcast.
Excellent. I'm so excited for the guest that I have for you all today is Madam Gold Slayer, Miss Morgan Holland. Welcome, Morgan. Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited about today.
You cannot be more excited than me because I thought you were the perfect guest to come on with February coming up on Valentine's Day
Yeah.
and I wanted to bring to the listening audience and the viewing audience the importance of self-love, right?
Yes. Yes.
And your book, and I'm going to pop out. I want people to see the cover of it really quick. The Merge 2, Dream Yourself to Love.
Yeah.
Please, look, before we even get into that,
Okay.
tell us about you and how you became Madam Gold Slayer. I love it.
Okay. Thank you. So I kind of just was helping people just in general. It's kind of was just my nature, just growing up, just kind of being of service to people. And then it wasn't until a couple of years ago, one of my friends, she said, "You know what, Morgan? You really should be charging people." She told me that I should monetize it. And then
Yes.
and that's what it clicked. I'm like, okay, so this could be a business. So then I got serious about it. I got structure to it, and there's a whole aspect of the business side that has nothing to do with, just the coaching and training. And so that's how I stumbled into it. And Gold Care is the name of my company. We've been in business since 2016. And here we basically just help women to align their spiritual, mental, and emotional world. This is my nephew.
Hey.
Seat logo, have a seat. Okay, so that's what we do at Gold Care. And also, the whole idea is with the coaching and with books is to help you to become your authentic self so you can become the optimum version of you. So
Mhm.
that's what we want for everyone. So
That
yeah.
is wonderful. So you help individuals slay their goals, not just set them, but also help them reach them
Yes.
and for them to become their ultimate self. I love that. And
Yes.
so you talked about the business aspect and monetizing, which you were doing anyway naturally, and I want people to hear that because that's something organic. You were already doing it.
Right.
So why not charge people? Why not monetize that? And you turn that into a business. And I absolutely love it. So writing the books though, come on, this is the Merge too. So what prompted the idea and the theme of the books?
Okay, so the merge, this is a four-part series. So we're on part
Mhm.
two. Part three comes out in April. All right. So the whole idea of the book is the growth of this woman, my
Mm.
heart. And so she starts first by book one is loving herself. She loves herself to freedom. She loves herself to healing. And so then next, the second part, go ahead, see who it is and close the door. I'm passing him off to his grandma.
Yes.
So the so the second part is the dream yourself to love part. So the whole idea of the book is part one, you love yourself to freedom. That's healing, you healing yourself. Then part two, dream yourself to love, is really about visualization, visualizing the love that it is that you want. And
Mhm.
that's not just romantic. Ow, ow, ow. I know it's grandma. That's just not romantic, but that's business, relationships, babies. I mean, anything that you love, that thing that you push so down deep inside because you figured, I can't have it and you almost forgot about it. That's what this book
Oh.
helps to bring out and bring to the forefront because a lot of times you forget about the things you really want to do because inside you don't think you can accomplish it. So that's what book two is. And then book three, that's free yourself to be, right? So you did the work to heal, you did the work to visualize what you want. Now, who am I? So much of us is because we didn't want to do this thing, so we did that thing. Or somebody said we couldn't do that, so we did this. Or I couldn't get this job and I got that job. So you've been living your life because you couldn't do something else. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Instead of intentionally. So it's like, who am I? You know,
Wow.
because I'm a big sister, so I have to be the caregiver. But what if I don't want to be the caregiver? You know what I'm
Yes.
out? What if I don't want to be the caregiver? So you could just be whoever you wanted to be, create the life that you want to create. And the last one is to be the dream. So I think it's important that you first start the healing process,
Yes.
and then you start the visualizing what you want, and then be whoever it is you want to be. And then you can step into your life, step into your dream with this confidence, not feeling like an imposter. You know what I'm saying? Feeling
Yes.
like you belong there. So it's like the book naturally flowed with the coaching and training and the talks that I do. And people consume things differently. You
Yeah.
know, some people read, some people want to watch a video, some people might go and do coaching with me. And it's a way to have access to information at various levels. Because the book is $14.99. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Or $6.99 on Amazon, the ebook. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
if you don't have it, you can just get something like that and get started. So I wanted to make sure that everyone was available to the information because it's not a secret. Um,
Yes.
it's more than just information, it's application. And that's the beauty about the book. And that's the beauty about workshops and stuff, helping people to apply the information, you know?
And so do you do just one-on-one coaching? Do you do group coaching? Now you mentioned about in your talks and in your speaking. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yes, yes. So I do one-on-one coaching. One-on-one coaching program is called My Authentic Self program. But I also do group coaching. I have a mastermind. It's called the DAM Mastermind. And DAM stands for Divine Alignment with Mind. So you want to be divinely aligned. There's so many people who are crushing it out here that's very successful and they're unhappy and unfulfilled because they're not divinely aligned with their spiritual side, with what they should truly be doing. So we want you to not just crush your goals and not just become successful, but to be aligned what you feel is your purpose, what you feel is your calling. And so I have that mastermind.
And so that's important because that ties back into what you shared about the merge too in the second book, in being able to visualize
Yes.
who you are, where you
Yeah.
see yourself, that you were even afraid to even think about it because not even thinking that it's possible at
Ex-
all.
yes, yes, exactly. And then it's like, have you ever took a certain way home or to your grandma house or somewhere, and then you rode in a car with somebody else and they took another way that was shorter, and you were like, this whole time
I have been
I
going
did
around.
I did not know that that street connected to that street, and I could have shaved. You know, it's like mind blown. It's stuff that we don't know that we don't know. You know, so
Yes.
that's why it's hard to visualize things. Like if you've never left your city or you never left your state, it's hard to visualize another state or a country or getting on a plane. You know, so yeah, visualization is a huge, huge part, but I always like to just start with healing and detoxing with your core values because we have so much trauma that we carry around from various stages of our life. And
Yes.
when we get triggered, we go straight back to that age of the trauma, whether it
Mm.
was 6, 10, 14, and we're like living as that.
30, 40.
And so we got to address it, you know, because
Yes.
that's hanging us up. It's like, let's say you want this great relationship and you have a great partner, but you see yourself self-sabotaging, you know, and you're like,
Mm.
why am I doing that? But it's connected to something in your past. And that's why we start there. Because what's the point of visualization and this goals, this steps to reach your goal and this whole plan if you're going to self-sabotage along the way?
Oh my
So
gosh.
so we do internal and external. Internal is the you're going to get the best return on your investment by working on yourself. But
Oh,
let's be
wait.
honest.
I want to pause right there because we
Okay.
are giving sound bites. We want to go deeper. So we are going to pause here. You
Okay,
have to
okay.
tune in to part 2 because we're going to go deeper into the visualization with the Madam Gold Slayer on the internal side. So stay tuned for part 2. super excited. This is part 2 with Madam Goldslayer. Man, that first piece, if you didn't watch it and get into every single morsel, it will bless your life. I promise you. So I had her stop because she started talking about visualization. The Merge 2 is the second stage. We've talked about the healing. We touched on that. So you're going
Yeah.
to have to get her book. Go to Amazon.com and get the book. Go to morganholland.com, get the book. Merge
Okay.
1, talking about the healing, which is important, the groundwork. Now in Merge 2, we're talking about the visualization. So Morgan, Madam Goldslayer, please talk to us about this internal visualization.
Okay. So when it comes to your insides, that internal focus, visualizing what do you want to be like? What do you want to feel like? Where I started was what type of relationship would I want in general? Because it's easier to think of a type of mate you want, how you want to feel, right?
Mm,
And I said, you know what? I want to feel that for myself, you know, not just have someone come into my life to make me feel that way, but me feel that for myself, be my own best friend, me love myself.
oh,
So I,
that's important. Oh, that's
yeah,
important
it's,
because we're coming up. I wanted to do this in particular leading up to Valentine's Day for
yes,
individuals who, if you're in a relationship, great. This is still applicable. If you're not in a relationship, this is paramount because it's important to love yourself first and
yes,
visualize what does a healthy good relationship look like for you, and
yes,
do that for yourself now before
yes,
you boot up, right?
yes,
Love on
yes.
yourself for Valentine's Day.
Right. And there's some people confuse loving for yourself and going
Yes.
within with like getting your hair done or getting a massage or something like that. But think for me, I think the easiest way to describe it is to first show yourself some compassion because we are
Yes.
so critical of ourselves and it's so clear to us everything that we don't like or we want to work on. So start with showing yourself some compassion, start with showing yourself some kindness, cut yourself a break when you make a mistake because you're human. That
Mhm.
goes really far. So basically, I started treating myself as I would my best friend.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want her to beat herself up or to dwell on something for too long or to not see the beauty of her, you know? So
Yes.
I applied that to me. And whether in a relationship or if you're single, it's the best investment. And then when you start doing that, because you have to create a safe space internally
Mhm.
to dig into why you're so rough on yourself anyway, why you don't love yourself in the first place.
I think that's beautiful how you say to be kind to yourself and take care of yourself and show yourself some compassion, because when we do that, we create, like you say, we create a safe place for ourselves to love ourselves and
Yeah,
appreciate ourselves and be good to ourselves
yeah,
emotionally, mentally, spiritually,
yeah, and then
before
you
you
give
even
off
get to the nail salon and the hairdresser
right,
and all
give
that.
off that vibration. When you
Yes.
start showing yourself some compassion and you're
Yes.
kind to yourself, you're giving off that vibe. And we have to remember how we see ourselves subjectively is how other people see us objectively.
Yes.
So people based how they feel about you or what they see in you based on how you see yourself. And that's why somebody can walk into a room and they just have this thing about them. And you can
Yes.
tell they care about themselves. Not even just by what they wear, but that their chin's up,
Yes.
their back is straight. They walk with confidence. All that bleeds over. So that visualize what you want, how you want to feel, and reach that feeling inside. Like I have a song for myself.
Oh.
Okay. Anita Baker's Sweet Love. I
Oh.
sing in the mirror to myself. You see what I'm saying? If you
Yes.
treat yourself with great care, just starting with compassion, right?
Yes.
Then that sets the groundwork for anybody that comes in your life, romantically, friendship,
Yes.
anyone. And that's what you want.
And that fosters a good relationship with yourself. having a good relationship with yourself. I like
Mm.
that. So your song is Anita Baker. My
Sweet love.
song is Mary J. Blige, Fine. When you like what
Oh
you
yeah.
see when you look past in the mirror, I'm like, yes, yes, whether my hair is done or not,
Yeah.
and so I ran into someone in the airport yesterday who happened to meet Jamie Foxx.
Awesome.
And so my question was, is he as handsome in person as I see him like on TV and in the news and things like that? And the person's response ties wonderfully into what you said. She said he looks like money.
Right.
She didn't say he was handsome. She didn't say, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying, he was
Yeah.
gorgeous or anything like that. She said, I have to tell you, he looks like money.
Uh-huh.
Well taken care of,
Yes.
skin glowing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Clothes just impeccable and top of the line and that sort of thing. So, exactly when we feel that way and you come in the room and you own it
Yes.
because you own who you are. Oh my gosh. But that
Mhm.
starts with the internal visualization.
Yes.
And look, I'm taking notes, by the way. Showing ourselves compassion,
Yes.
showing ourselves kindness, and cutting ourselves a break
Yes.
because we're human, right?
Right.
And we make mistakes, and
And
it's
that's okay.
okay.
And that's
Yes.
okay. Yeah. And I changed my mindset from performance based
Hmm.
to mastery based. So when you're performance based, that means if you make a mistake, you tear yourself apart. You got to perform well all the time, and when you don't, you're not worthy. You lose your value. But when your focus is mastery, to become the best, to become elite, you don't look at failure and mistakes the same way. That's just a part of learning. That's a part of growing. You think you
Come
don't
on, say
become
that
the best.
again. Say that again. When we are mastery based,
Yes, you want to
we
be
don't look
mastery
at
based.
mistakes and failures the same way. Say
No,
that again, Madam
yes.
Gold Slayer.
Yes, it's really true because performance based, your value, your worth is based off performance. So when you fail or make a mistake, you are hard on yourself, extra critical, not good self love. Mastery based, that you look at your failure and mistakes differently. The same mistakes and failure, there's no difference in the situations. The difference is in your perspective.
Mm.
And you know what? This is a part of me becoming better. This is a part of me becoming an elite person. And what I want to be my optimum self. So I'm going to stumble, and trip up and fall because I'm figuring things out and it's okay. So when I changed that, that allowed me to be more gentle and to have compassion. It's very difficult to have compassion for yourself and to base your worth off of performance because the idea is for you to get to the point where you feel your worth is innate no matter what you do, what your hair look like, no matter where you work, how much money you make. Just me, my being, my essence is just of such great value. And it's difficult because we're not taught to love ourselves or why it's important. So
Yes.
you kind of stumble upon it as an adult. In some regards, it's a last resource. Maybe you don't get that love from the places you want, and you just
Yes.
like, well, I want it, so let me just start with me.
And let
You
me
know,
create it for
let me do it
myself.
for myself, right?
Oh my gosh. I absolutely I love that. And I know whoever's listening probably did the same deep sigh that I just did because how
Yeah.
freeing and liberating is that?
And that's why with book one, and it's like the merge, love yourself to freedom. That's why
Yes.
it's freedom, and I didn't say healing, right? Because we're always constantly healing, healing and growing, healing and growing. But
Yes.
it's freedom to I love me, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you love me or if you want me or if you understand why I think I'm so valuable. Like, it doesn't even matter.
So
All that
that's
matters is me.
and that's the internal visualization. So then
Yes.
what you're talking about is the external. So now we're
Mhm.
going to go, that's part 3. You're going to have to tune in. We went inside. Now we're going into the external visualization. So stay tuned for that. Okay, if you are just joining, you are jumping in on part 3. So you need to go back and jump in, listen to part 1 and part
Mhm.
2. I am with Morgan B. Holland, the Madam Gold
Yes.
Slayer, author of The Merge 2. I am telling you, this is fire. So we were talking about Um, internal visualization. Now we're going to the external. Jump right in and talk about now that we've done the work inside and
Mhm.
changed our self-talk. How does that display itself externally? The external visualization.
Okay, so this is exciting and fun. I want to note that whatever you do inside manifests on the outside. So
Yes.
even if you only just did internal visualization, internal work, your outside is going to change. That's just how it works.
Yes.
But if when you focus on external visualization, that means I say go big or go home. Think about what you absolutely want, and then think about the people that you have to connect with to make that vision possible. Because sometimes we
Mm.
only dream as big as what we can touch. So it's like, okay, I can write a book, so I'm gonna dream about that, but I don't know how to make a movie, so I'm not gonna dream about that. It's like, no, dream about owning the studio. Like,
Oh,
go
Tyler
big.
Perry, right?
Yes,
Tyler Perry, buy the whole Confederate camp and turn it into a
exactly.
movie studio.
Right. Yeah. Like go bigger. And with external visualization, just completely ignore your reality. Whatever your
Mm.
reality is right now, it's the manifestation of old thoughts. So you're thinking new thoughts. You did that internal work. So ignore your reality and just focus on exactly what it is that you want. Speak like it, walk like it, and do not share your vision or goals with anyone that you're not aligned with. Keep it to yourself because it's not really solid, and people got a way of implanting doubt and negativity, and you don't need that right now at this stage. And that's the beauty in the book with Dream Yourself to Love, because you're going to see external visualization for some of the characters
Okay.
that built they want to own a business or a building. It's something outside of them that requires additional help from someone else.
Mm.
Um, and
And
so
so then you're letting us know there's nothing wrong with asking for help.
not at all. On More importantly, for a lot of you out there that I know are the go-to people, the one who gets stuff
Mhm.
done, open your hand. Okay, you got to receive. So things don't life doesn't just like interject on you. It doesn't work that way. You have to receive. So asking is an even bigger step for some people. At least if you can be welcoming and receiving
Open
of
your hand.
assistance and help, like open your hand. That's the biggest thing that I run into with strong-minded people, with goal getters, with people that make stuff happen. They're so used to doing it by themselves. It's the idea of God, source working actually in your favor to align
Yes.
people for you. Because this is how it works. You are moving towards your vision, and somebody else in your vision is moving closer to you, right? So
Mm.
that's how it works. So there, you don't have to go the whole distance by yourself.
Come on.
As long as you keep your hands, yeah, open and accepting, things can happen so quickly. Oh my gosh, you can just be catapulted. You could be working so hard and then boom, take off.
Oh my
So
gosh. So that I tell people be your own cheerleader
yes.
because while you're cheering yourself on, before you know it, it might be some people behind you like, hey, when did these people get
They done
here?
joined
Cause
in.
yeah.
You didn't even know. You like, okay.
Okay, because I'm celebrating me. I'm cheering
Yes,
myself
yes.
on.
And people are watching you even when you don't
Yes.
think they're watching you.
Yes.
And,
Oh
and you
my
see it on
gosh.
social media. You can get 10 likes on a video and 100 views. So
Yes.
you just don't know sometimes. And one comment, like you just don't know,
So true. So true.
Yeah. And there are people you gotta believe that this. I believe that this is a loving place. This is a giving place, and there's
Yes.
people out there looking for ways to spend their money, to circulate their money. And I'm
Yes.
like, circulate it over here. Look what I'm doing. I can help you spend it. Because think about it. There are people who have coins
Yeah.
just sitting there and they want to do great things. But in general, whether you have money or not, you like to support people who are doing something for themselves.
Yes.
So that external visualization, you're doing an internal visualization, then you can come with a plan easier. You know who you need in your circle. Your
Mm.
whole network changes. They say your network is your net worth. It's
Yes.
just beautiful. So I'm a big fan of visualization. And in the book, The Merge 2, Dream Yourself to Love, it shows you different ways to do it. Each
Mm.
character is doing it differently. It's not just a one, style fits all. And we have to understand, regardless if you are doing it on purpose or not, we all visualize. Visualization is in manifestation. It's just the merging of your thoughts and feelings. It's just we are doing it haphazardly with like our
Yes.
subconscious mind. So if you want to really make something happen when you visualize it, whether it's externally or internally, you have to become absolutely resolute about what you want because you can't set intention without having being resolute. Once you're resolute about that thing, use your conscious mind and set conscious intention. This is what I want to happen. And number three, you ignore the heck out of your external reality. Your reality does not matter. That's the manifestation of old thoughts. And then you watch the system work. You do your job, source, God, universe will do their job. And
Mm.
then and that's it. So it's
So in instances where people say, "Oh, I'm waiting on God to do X, Y, and Z," and that's not really the truth. The truth of the matter is God is waiting on us
all the
because we
time.
have the resources and the tools, but we have to start somewhere. We have to do
Right.
something in
Right.
order for God, the universe, to come in and say, "Oh, this is what we want. Come on, I can help make this
It's
happen."
it's always you. Whenever I hear people say, God got it, or he's gonna come through and he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that. I think of God coming through as a collide, meaning I'm already moving. Oh,
Yes.
that's God. Like
Come
that.
on.
That's how it works. So if you're not running into my man, then it's you. You taking to people think like, oh, I'm gonna sit still and then this thing is just gonna fall in my lap. It's like, no, you're moving forward. It's like, oh, okay, right on time. Or you're going and then something just come out and oh, okay. Like that's how
Yeah.
you move together. And I feel like when you use visualization and when you have a plan, or if you don't have a plan yet, you just visualize what you want. You're speaking to everything around you. Kind of like with affirmations. You're putting it
Yes.
out there what it is that you want and it's coming towards you. And the stronger your emotional connection, because the feeling is the secret. The more resolute you are about it, the more sure you are about it, then quicker it can come.
And then
And
and then that's how your answer shows up. That's when you know this is your answer
yes,
because you visualize, you've done the internal work, you set the vibration and your energy level is at such a place that it's like, "Oh, that's my answer." Whereas I may not have recognized it before because
yes,
I was operating on level 3 and I
yes,
couldn't collide with
yes.
my answer until I got to level 5 or level 7 or
Yes, that's
level 8.
and that's one of the like I don't say the worst things, but no. One of the things is that it's like you can what you need, the opportunity can be right there. But
Yes.
if you're not on the vibrational frequency, if you're not at the right perspective, you can't see
Can't
it.
even
You know, you
recognize
can't
it.
even recognize it. So you're absolutely right. Sometimes you're saying you waiting on God the whole time. God, like, it's already right here. I mean,
Yes.
you just not you can't see it, and we have our free will,
Mm, mm, mm,
and it's
mm,
up
mm.
to us. It's our life to live as we want, whether it's beautifully, it's our
Yes.
life to destroy.
Yes. Oh my
Um,
God. Because
so
life and death is in the tongue.
yes,
Life and death is in the tongue. Okay,
that's
we're going to wrap up part 3. Now,
okay.
look, I want to get in part 4, and I'm going to call this DAM.
Okay.
DAM.
Oh yeah,
Divine
my alignment
alignment
with
with
mine.
mind. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all stay tuned. Watch the other ones, but here comes DAM. Okay, so, oh, wait. Yes, okay.
Okay.
I want to make sure I press the right button. So we are on part 4 where we're talking about damn divine alignment with mind. Madam Gold Slayer has been giving us some gems, some jewels, honey. She has been giving us some truths to set us free. Talking about internal visualization,
Mhm,
external visualization.
mhm,
She's written a book, The Merge One, talking about dreaming yourself to freedom,
mhm.
and merge 2 is dreaming yourself to love. And she mentioned to us that merge 3 it's a 4-part series. Merge 3
Yeah.
is coming out in March, I believe you said.
April.
In
Yeah.
April. And but I'm telling you, there's so much good stuff here. And in part 1, she talked about how she started her business and how that came about in the books and the coaching. And all of that is good stuff, but we are at the place now because we're building layer upon layer upon layer. That's why you need to watch the previous versions. But we're at the place where she talked about alignment and
Mhm.
an external visualization. Don't share your vision,
Yes.
don't share your dream, don't share your goals with individuals that are not in alignment.
Yes.
So, Madam Goldslayer, please tell us about DAM, Divine Alignment with Mine.
Okay, so damn, the divine alignment with mine came about from just wanting to make it kind of cohesive and clear about what I really desire for myself and just for everyone. To not only just be goal slayers and not only just to visualize, not only just to heal, but make sure you line your mental, spiritual, and emotional worlds. Because it's the merging of thoughts and emotions that make your life whatever your life is. So the idea is just not to just become wealthy or not to just to acquire things, but to have a fulfilled life, to feel
Mm,
fulfilled. And so I have a mastermind. It's called the Divine Alignment with My Mastermind, the Dan Mastermind. And it's a 3-month coaching program where we go through the entire process from starting with recognizing your core values and beliefs all the way to actually completing your goal or creating a process so you can complete your goal. And it's so dope because you get your vision, you get your goals, you get your steps that are behavior action plans. So we're not just focus on goals. You're focused on behavior. Behaviors and habits, that's what creates your life. But most importantly, you leave with the manual. You know how you buy a car
yeah.
and it has your preventative maintenance, things to look
Yes.
out for? You leave with that because the idea is that I don't want to see you over and over. I want you to learn how to do it for yourself. Go on and do it. Teach your kids, teach your best friends, to become your
Yes.
own vibrational alignment trainer. You should be able to feel what it feels like to be aligned. And once you know that feeling, the whole goal and purpose is to maintain the feeling. And so we have that. And I also have the DAM conference. That's the first year is going to be this year in September. We're going to be in Destin, Florida. It's a 3-day conference, and it's just going to be so I'm so excited. So it's going to be an annual thing, but it's going to be amazing with the workshops, cleansing, healing, because I'm all about internal and external healing,
Yes.
internal and external growing, because we are both physical being in the spiritual, we're physically here, but we're
Yes.
spiritual beings. So we're in two places at once. So we're connected. You can't neglect one nor the other.
And so now, can we find out about the conference on your website, morganholland.com?
Yes. Okay. So I have a website, morganbholland.com,
Morgan
but
Holland.
you can go to Gold Care. So my business page is,
Okay.
my business site is Gold Care. And at goldcare.com, you will find everything. You'll find the books, you'll find the conference, you'll find the group coaching, you'll find everything in one place. And you can shoot me an email if you want at morgan at goldcare.com, or just find me on social media, Madam Goldslayer.
Yeah.
I'll be so happy to talk. I just get so excited. Every time, because you know how they say like peeling back an onion or peeling back an artichoke, it's just like layers.
Yes.
And just to be gentle with yourself while you're doing the pulling back and maintaining that feel good feeling. What I like to do before I go to sleep is say to myself, something wonderful is happening. Something
Mm.
wonderful is happening. Because when something wonderful is happening, a lot of bad things can occur at that same time.
Yes.
you know? So
Yes.
I'm speaking for the type of feeling that only wonderful things can occur in.
Yes.
And
Creating
that,
that space.
yes,
Something
yes,
wonderful
yes,
is
yes,
happening. So whatever negative was going to manifest, hey, you can't even manifest now because something
yes,
wonderful is going to
yes.
happen. Something.
And it's,
So, oh
yeah,
my God. So now for the conference in Destin, are you
yes,
going to have multiple speakers? Are you doing how is that over 3 days? Oh my
yes,
gosh.
yes. So the conference is going to be September the 17th through the 20th, and we're going to have multiple speakers there, and then we're also going to have virtual speakers as well.
Oh,
And we're going to have different activities. We're going to have a lot of Kleenex, a lot of tissue, because the
yes.
idea is to purge and to jumpstart the healing process. to do some deep digging. And we're going to have a doctor there, Dr. Daphne King. She's going to
Okay.
be there. So, and we're also going to have a spiritual, certified spiritual life coach there as well. So we're not just going to, dig inside of a wound and let you go. No, we're going to
Yes.
clean it out, and then we're going to get it dressed up right and patched up right, because isn't it the worst when somebody stirs up your feelings and then leave? It's like,
Yes.
how you going to do that to me? So we're not going to do that to you. We're going to have professionals in place. Because I realize it's so hard to do this stuff if you don't feel safe. And a
Yes.
lot of people don't feel safe internally. And especially amongst Black women, it's like 1 in 2 have heart disease,
Yes.
starting over at the age 20. And I don't think people realize how stress clogs your arteries. It's not just the food that we eat. Our emotions play a huge part. I always say it's the 3 T's. It's toxins, trauma, and thoughts. And that's what makes us, so sick.
Yes.
And just imagine how beautiful we look holding all
Yes.
this stress. We can look even
Oh my
younger,
gosh.
live longer if we get rid of some of this trauma, process it out. You know,
Yes.
so that's how the divine alignment with mine came about. And I'm divinely aligned with mine. And I want you to
Yes.
be divinely aligned with yours. It's not just I'm trying to get your stuff and you trying to get my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
And it's enough abundance. We can actually want the same thing. And it's so much out there. It's too much. We can't even carry it all.
That's
So
right.
it's not a competition. It's enough for us all to
And I think,
win.
and I like the fact that you say what is divine alignment with me, an individual being divine alignment with themselves, because it's not about me getting what Morgan has. It's
Exactly.
about me getting what Lisa has and what's for
Yes.
Lisa, and Morgan getting what's for Morgan,
Yes.
because the God of our understanding
Yeah. Tell
lacks
them.
nothing and
Right.
has more than enough, is
Yes.
fully abundant and well able and capable to
Mhm.
bless us all equally,
Exactly.
exceedingly, abundantly, above anything that we can hope, ask, think, dream, or imagine, right?
Exactly. Imagine. So you scared to go big, and you can't even go big enough to
To
know how he can
outbid
bless you.
God. That's
Right.
right.
So it's like, go ahead and go big. Test him. Like, all right, I'm gonna go big. Let's see what you got, God.
Yeah.
Like, test him. Call him out on all his promises. Call him out on all his promises. He say, do this and this will happen, then do it. And watch it happen. Hold him.
Yes.
You like to hold people accountable. Hold them accountable.
Yes.
Do your part and see how your life changes. This is law. We're just
Mm.
going to utilize the law in our favor. We're going to use our tongue as a magic wand and intentionally make what we want to happen. And I realize what's keeping us down is the ourselves and not processing certain emotions
Yes.
and not transmuting certain traumas. Because once the mind gets a glimpse of something more, then it's like, oh, it can break past that barrier. Like if you've
Yes.
never seen snow and then you go
Yes.
somewhere and it's snow, your mind's like blown.
Blown.
It blown past that
What?
barrier.
Yes.
Right, right. And that's also why I think representation is so important. That's why in the book
Oh,
it
we're gonna
is
get we're gonna do one more. We're
okay.
gonna talk about representation and how important that is. So tune in to the last part 5, representation.
Okay.
Oh my gracious. I am telling you what I know and not what I've heard. If you have missed anything, you need to go back to part 1, part 2, part 3,
Mhm.
and get in on it. And because I am with Morgan Holland, Madam Gold Slayer, we have been talking about all kinds of good stuff. There we go. See here, technical. Oh my gosh, we have been talking about all kinds of good stuff here. And we talked about divine alignment
Yes.
with mine. We talked about the conference. And now we are going to wrap up with part 5 when we're talking about representation, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
important. You visualized it. You're in divine alignment. You're going to the conference in September, 3 days, Destin, Florida. I love Florida. Destin is very nice.
It is.
And you're
Beautiful.
getting, yes, and you're getting all that you need. The people will be there to help you through the process of digging things up and getting you through the trauma and getting you through the place where you can just be all that you know you are designed and created to be. So, Morgan, please talk to us about the importance of representation. That's where we dropped off
Yes.
in the last segment.
Okay, so representation is so important. You think about it being important for children, but it's important for adults as well. And when it comes to love and Valentine's Day coming up, seeing different types of relationships
Yes.
and seeing how women love and how men love and what's possible, because so many people they don't have a wide range of the different ways that they can be loved or they can receive love. And so
Mm,
that's why I think representation is so important. And that's why with the book, I wanted you to see different types of relationships, different types of couples. They look different, different various ages. And especially I want you to see how the men love and the things they say and how they're still masculine and manly, but they express themselves to their women, in a loving manner. It's
yes.
very important to know that that's true and that that's out there, or you limit yourself in what you want to receive and most importantly, what you accept.
Mm,
I was going to do an article on why I wanted someone who didn't want me for so long.
mm.
Why? You know,
Oh,
and
come
that's
on, Morgan. We could do a whole hour.
yeah, and you make you think about it, like,
Yes.
and that's why loving yourself is so important because you don't put up with that. It's something inside of you that made you, if you ever held on to somebody that was emotionally unavailable,
Yes.
just, wasn't a good fit for you, but you
Yes.
wanted to maintain it. I feel like if you have more representation of healthy relationships and seeing healthy love, TV, media, cinema, books, wherever you consume it,
Yes.
if it's not in your home, then it opens up your mind to, hey, okay, this is one type of relationship, but it's not the one that I want.
Yes.
And if you don't have a healthy representation of different balance, you can always create it, visualize it. But what, like we said earlier, it's hard sometimes to visualize something you've never seen and keep it to yourself. One time I shared, I'm single, and I shared the type of relationship that I wanted, the man that I desired. And I wrote it down. I'm
Yes.
gonna do a video on that to show you what a sister did.
Yes.
But someone told me that don't exist. Men don't do that. They don't feel that. They don't feel this. And so then I wrote a whole book to show them examples of how they can and how it could look, you know?
Yes.
Because that could be discouraging to want something and somebody says someone of that caliber won't love you. And that speaks to your worth and all that. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about representation and why I am happy about this book because it's not the urban typical,
Mhm.
it's not drugs and a prostitution or a
Yes.
crime or,
Yes.
they acquired their money like the wealthy do it. Their money
Mhm.
makes money. So they don't
Yes.
have to work. They work because they are passionate about their jobs. I
Yes.
just want them to see different we are so multifaceted and I just want to be
Yes.
honest. I'm tired of the fascination with the trauma of people of color. And
Yes.
I simply want to see more love.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so that's how
And
it's
healthy love.
healthy
Yes. Yeah.
and it's possible. It's out
Yes.
there. So that's all I wanted to talk about when I talk about just healthy representation, you
And
know?
but that's important because, as you mentioned, however we consume it, television, radio, books, um, movies, if we're not taking in the right representation, I mean, I have a guilty pleasure of watching some reality TV. I will
It's
not share.
balance.
I will
It's
not
balance
share.
though. Yeah.
However, but if all I watched
It's
was the reality TV version of relationships
relationships. Yes.
and what it's supposed to look like and so on and so forth, I would be a wretch undone because that is drama on a whole different on a whole different scale.
Yeah.
Or the urban perspective that you can read in some materials, the hustler and the the stripper and all of that kind of thing is very popular right now.
Yes.
So if you look at it from that perspective, that's not what I want for me, right?
Yeah, right.
So the merge too is important to give a different perspective for those
Yes.
individuals that they're not in reality TV. They don't want the drug dealer stripper type relationship. You know, which there's some reality shows around that. And then, but they want something healthy where they can see themselves
Yes.
represented.
And this is good for, so the series is for men and women
Yes.
because I feel like it will give men some words. I
Yes.
know back in the 90s, you could make a mixtape of R&B music and it told you exactly how you felt.
What do you know about mixtapes,
I
Morgan?
know,
Oh
I
my
make a mixtape.
gosh.
So I feel like some of that is missing. The words to say, like if you didn't have the words, you could just put on a CD,
Yes.
like this is how I feel. You could look at them, like that's
Yeah.
how. So with this book, I think it's really good for men because they're like, hold up, because there's men of various ages loving women. So it's not just 20-year-olds, it's
Oh.
a 60-year-old, it's a 40-year-old. So it's various ages. And you can say, hold on, highlight it, see what he said. He said, blah, blah, blah. And she said, what? And it's different type of men personalities, different type of women personalities. It's going to connect with somebody on some regard. I remember someone said, don't write a lot of characters, but I didn't listen. So I have a
Yeah.
lot of characters, so it gives people the opportunity to find something that connects,
To
right?
find me. I need to find me. So I need enough characters to find
Yes,
myself. And
right.
part of me might be Mai, and part of me might be this person, and a part of me might be that
Because you
person.
can, you can,
Yes.
you can be all of that. It's like
Yes.
I'm like I don't eat chocolate, but I will crush Rocky Road ice cream. So you could be multifaceted. That's the power of just being.
Yes.
I'm out of the boxes. You can't box me. You can't.
I
You can't.
love it.
You can't
Oh,
box me.
yes.
Keep them on their toes. Keep them
Yes.
confused. They don't know what she's gonna do.
That was my favorite. I would say that all the time. I have sister friends who were like, Lisa will tell you in a minute. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's your vision. That's not my vision of me, right?
Right.
And
You're
how
gonna clip
I'm
yourself up.
existent. That's it.
Because
That's
it ain't
it.
gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you because I don't feel the need to conform to anything. And you can only get to that level if you create your own vision of yourself.
Oh my gosh.
So
The
it's
merge too. Oh my gosh. Dream yourself
to
to
love.
love. Visit
Yes.
goldcare.com.
Yes.
Visit morganbholland.com.
Yes.
She has put out materials in various forms and formats and ways that you can work with her, that you can reach out to her. Excuse me. Take the time to do that. It'll be worth your time. Madam Goldslayer, she has other speaking engagements coming up, and you can find out more about that. But make yourself available for the conference in September 14th, 17th through 20th, 2020
Yeah.
in Destin, Florida, 3 days.
And you
And
have
I'm
a
telling
payment
you,
plan.
oh,
All the
oh,
food is included, housing is included, drinks included,
come on.
pool, jacuzzi, on the
Yes,
beach.
yes, yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, beach, you got me. I mean, hey, I love sand. I love the water. Beach is my happy place.
You're so
So
pretty.
thank you, Morgan, so much
Thank you for having
for
me.
agreeing to be interviewed. I so appreciate you sharing the gift of you with us and with my listening and viewing audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been a great experience. Thank you.
Yay.